I have a stiff neck today.
Mija decided to do her makeup
Yes.
like a little French girl. Wee
The
wee.
French girl makeup. Oui, oui. Mademoiselle. S'il vous
Wee.
plaît.
Monsieur? Is that how you say it?
Well, for sir.
Yeah. Oh, wait,
Mm.
you're not a guy. Well, what's up, guys?
Mademoiselle.
Oh, mademoiselle. Mademoiselle,
Escargot.
excusez-moi.
Excusez-moi. Uh,
What's another one? Wee wee. That's all I know.
she took French, so
She's
make fun of
lying.
her because
She's
I
lying.
didn't take
I
French.
took Italian too, but it didn't stick. And I didn't even stay. I'm like, this is too much. Well, hello, guys. This is your host, Cynthia Kong,
Stephanie.
and welcome to
Mija
Mija Square.
Square.
Ooh.
Mija Square.
Guys, so yesterday I went to the doctor
Mm.
and well, I didn't go. They called me and they told me, Mija, you're like really big. And I was like, really, Mija? And she's like, yeah, Mija, you have to lose weight. So now I can only eat 1,500 calories, and I'm a little butthurt because I want to eat. I
How much
like
did you eat this morning?
I ate very plain oatmeal. It was 210 calories though. So as long as I hit 1,500 calories, I'm okay. So after this, I'm gonna go home and eat something.
Let's go to Cafe Fizz.
Can I count my calories, Mija?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, Mija, I want to go there. We need to buy your
Are you
tickets.
doing fitness pal or no?
No. Oh, I didn't even think about that. When you look at me like, I feel like it's easier if I just write it down.
No, it's easier on fitness pal. Everyone tell her, please. Thank you.
I'm more old school. Let's write it down.
Why don't you just do both? But literally, it's easier because they already have sometimes meals on there that you could just add.
Ficel? Wait, where? Oh, the one in Ventura?
No, I'm saying
No, the
fitness pal.
cafe. That cafe. Oh, we're in completely different subjects.
Oh,
Okay, do you think they'll have something from Cafe Fichel?
yeah.
Fiquel? Ficel? ¿Cómo se dice?
Ficili. I call it Ficili, but
That
it's probably
sounds
Ficel because that does sound more French.
Ficel or
Sounds
Fichel.
more français.
Mademoiselle. When we went to go try the S, it was Nutter's idea. So she hits me up and she's like, "Or did you call me on qué estuvo que fuimos?"
I think you called me and you're like, hey, Mia, you want to go out to eat? And I was like, yeah, I've been wanting to try escargot.
Mijo, we ate garden snails.
No, not garden.
No,
Is it garden?
no.
No. I'm like,
She's all, I'm gonna catch lungworm.
I'm like, wait, are no, but I was thinking like, are those garden snails from France? Because the shells are so pretty.
I don't know, but that's a very good question.
I don't know if they're from the sea or from, that's a good
No,
question
they're
though.
not. They're not sea snails.
They would have had a fishy taste.
Yeah,
Okay.
they were really good. It was actually very ¿cómo se dice?
It has the texture of like mussels
Mm,
or clams. And then but not the oceany taste, which I like
yeah,
that.
that fishy smell.
Or the
Smell.
fishy smell. Well, yeah,
I
the
didn't even
fishy smell
flavor.
too.
It was actually a funny moment too. We had a funny moment because we took Nutters's mom.
Mm-hmm.
I'll call her Ms. No, well, her name is Naomi. We
Uh-huh.
took her with us, and the first thing, like, so we got a charcuterie board, right? And it was really nice. It had like all these meats, all the cheeses, and then Nutters is like, "Oh no, I really want to try the escargot." So we got an escargot, and right when the charcuterie board came, we all dug in. We evenly split it into three, and then the snails come out. And her mom looks at it. She's like, "I'm not eating that."
Well, like nope.
She's like, "Nope." And I'm like, "Come on, just try it." She's like, "No." She's like, "You can give me a little bit of the sauce because they were kind of like in like a garlic butter."
Like a garlic, basil, or like parsley butter, huh?
It was
It was
delicious.
delicious.
And she's like, "I don't ain't eating that." She's like, "But let me try the juice." So she
If
got her
if
little,
I can, I'll put up a photo for you guys, the ones watching on YouTube.
yeah. And then she got a little piece of panecito because they give us a little piece of pan. and we drizzled some of that, and she ate that and she liked it. But it was funny because Stephanie had such a hard time getting the snail.
Dude, I feel like the fork should have been smaller.
You think so? Or even like one pin,
Yeah, just one
como
pin.
un pico. Yeah, they
Because they
complicate
were
it.
they were in there. They were not wanting to be eaten even after death. They were like,
They're
no.
like, hell no, we're gonna make it hard for you guys. Their sandwich was really good. The sandwich was
Oh
pretty
yeah,
good.
the French onion. I think it was a French onion sandwich.
You know, to be honest though, I don't think it's worth the money.
It wasn't.
It's
It was
expensive.
like it was $30 per plate, pretty much.
Yeah, it was expensive. It's just it's too much, but it was good. It
But
was
we all
fine.
shared it,
We all
except
split
the
it.
snails.
The snails. Me and Stephanie did the snails. Talking about funny moment.
What the heck?
What happened?
Me salió. I don't know why.
Have you had moments where you're walking and you're like
Oh, yep,
wheezy?
yep.
That happens to me all the time. Because you see, I'm like really big. I have to
Dude,
lose weight.
no, that would happen to me in pregnancy.
Really?
Yeah.
That happens to me now and I'm not pregnant. Hey, do you recall? Do you recall a time in your childhood, dude, that like a funny moment in your childhood that literally lives in your brain rent free?
Oh, girl. Oh, it's embarrassing.
A ver, dime,
It's embarrassing, but yeah, I have one.
go for it.
Okay, so it was fifth grade. Okay,
Okay.
I was I was already going through a lot of changes. Okay, like if you guys have seen Inside Out 2, it's that puberty button was literally flashing. Okay, so during that time, I had to like figure out. Okay, I need deodorant. I had to, you know, wear a bra now because my breastises were coming out.
Your boobies.
And okay, so all that stuff, right? So I'm already going through these changes, right? And so one day in class, I had to present, well, it wasn't just me, it was like the whole class. We had to read a book and then present in front of the class.
Right.
So there was a girl presenting before me, and I didn't know I was going to be next. So she's telling her story or whatever. And this is the time where, like, I don't know why the teacher sat us down on the floor. Like, so it was the desks in the back. We were all sitting really close to each other on the floor.
Right.
And then one person was sitting up, like on a taller chair, telling
Mm-hmm.
their story and stuff like that. Right. So I adjust myself, like I sit down to adjust myself. And all of a sudden I just let a loud one rip, dude.
¿Y qué pasó?
All the kids started laughing and they're like, ew.
I hate it when they would do that. They
Yeah.
make it a big
Yeah, they
deal.
make it a
It's like,
big deal.
oh, shut
They're
up.
like, ew, dude. And then everyone was, they were like, oh, dude. And they were all covering their noses, like, bien exagerados, dude. It didn't even smell. I don't think it did.
You should have thrown it at the mija. How you did it to me? You want to ew? Then toma.
and then the teacher's like, okay, everyone, settle down, settle down. And then she calls me next, bruh. After that whole thing. And then she calls me freaking next to go up. I'm like, you can at least like
Let it settle.
let it settle,
They're like, no,
dude.
we're gonna add to it.
Now go up and present, Stephanie. And while I was presenting, everyone was judging me. And then I just kept denying it wasn't me. I was right here next to you. I heard it
I heard it
loud and clear.
when you try to fix it, but you make it worse.
I'm like, no, that wasn't me, dude. I was like Peter, just denying and denying me. I was like, no, no, it wasn't me. And then after class, everyone would be like, ooh, she farted in class. Like,
Did you ever get a nickname because of that?
no,
Like pedorra or something?
no, thank God, no. But there was these boys because I was one of the taller girls,
Mhm.
and they would call me Twin Towers.
Why?
Mija, because the Twin Towers were the tallest buildings in New York.
What does that have to do with your fart?
No, no, that was because I was the tallest. No me diste, way. That they called me that because I was the tallest, one of the tallest girls in
So
class.
they try to make it a bad thing, but in reality,
I
it's a
think they just
good
had a
thing.
crush on me.
You're like, girl,
No
we know
cap,
we
no
can't have
lie.
you, so we're gonna. That makes sense.
Yeah, because they were. I was like, they were little. I should have been like, yeah, shrimp, like. But I was like, I was so insecure, and then they would also call me step on me. So they'd be like, Stephanie, step on me, because they said I had a big butt and I was tall.
Knowing me, I would have freaking all right, beat.
Like actually step
You
on
said
them.
step on you, dog. I wasn't as ruthless at school though.
They were ruthless to me, those little boys.
Freaking punks.
Dude, and then I used to have a little thing in my eye right here,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like a lump. And the boys in my neighborhood would call me booger face because they said I had a booger in my face. And they were just so mean. Freak them, huh?
The only nickname I got for school was Twinkie because I was big. They'd be like, Twinkie, Twinkie," and then they're okay. So I was a bad kid,
Uh,
and I was put on. I wasn't okay. There. I was a bad kid, and there's ISS, and then there's MST when you're really bad. Well, I went to MST, and I was really quiet. Kind of, there was this guy. I'll never forget him. I'm not gonna say his name, but I'll call him Lito. And all the boys were scared of him because he was this really big, moody guy. I remember one time he tried to tell me something, and I just looked at him like, "Okay, what do you want me to do? Like, you don't scare me. Like, I don't care. You're a guy." He said, "Well, I don't know. I don't care." But they would call me Twinkie. And then my sisters, they're the ones who gave me the worst nicknames. Like my sister Crystal would call me freaking cow lips.
that's older sister behavior,
That's
dude.
older sister. And then my little sister would call me Flintstone feet. She still does that. And then because I was always
Te pica
barefoot.
piedras.
And it's always a family. And then
That's the Latino families for you. They
yeah.
always give you freaking nicknames.
And then my cousins gave me Cynthia Kong because I was a big bag. And I'm still a big bag. And when you got older, I don't hear that as much, but I thought, you know what? That's my name. That's always been the name I was given. So like, that's my name. So I'm Cynthia Kong. But a puberty story. You kind of start a little category there. I think a funny puberty story that I had was when I first started going through puberty.
Uh-huh.
You know how when you start going through it, you kind of start smelling funky.
Yeah, girl. Hmm.
Well, I had started my period, and I remember that I was one day I went to the toilet, and I think I had just gotten off of it, no me acuerdo, but I noticed that, like, dude, I'm starting to stink. Like, why do I smell bad? And I was sitting there, and I had just finished peeing, but I was still sitting on the toilet, and I got the brilliant idea because I was thinking, like, what can I do not to smell? Y dije, oh, I know, I'm gonna clean myself with alcohol. So I took off I took off my underwear and my shorts bien, and I was sitting on the toilet, but I had my legs wide open, and I got alcohol, and I poured it on a piece of toilet paper, and I wiped my dookie. Dude, instant burn. I got up, and I literally, I pried her open, and I'm all trying to fan her out, and I'm like, and then I ran to the tub, and I turned on the tub, and I started splashing water, and it relieved me. But dude, sure enough, I didn't smell for like 3 days. But yeah, dude, that burned, freaking burned. It was terrible. That's the only one I have for puberty.
Dude, right when you said that, I remembered a story,
What
and
happened?
it was during puberty. So a mí me olían las patas feo, dude. I had sweaty feet, bro. And my mom was sick of me. And I remember my ex-boyfriend's parents said like, "Oh, like así con limón se quita."
So what did you do?
And I had athlete's foot way. You know when you have athlete's foot,
That
it's cuts,
bird.
dude. So my mom went, she's like, "Ya estoy harta," because she would share a bed with me, and so like I would go under the covers with stinky feet.
Knowing me, I'd probably put my feet in bleach to make
That's horrible.
but I don't like to smell.
and then so my mom was like, "A ver," and she freaking got lemon. Dude, and I was like, "Mom, do you think it works for down there?" And then she was like, we tried it. Dude, I was crying. It hurt so
She
bad.
squeezed lemon in
Lemon
your
in my
dookie.
tookie.
Did it burn?
It burned so bad, dude. I
Was it
never
just
again.
okay? Was it
No,
just
it was
us?
all over way.
Like you actually opened your
Like,
legs?
yeah, my mom went. Like if she was putting it on a freaking bola menudo
Dude,
way.
shut up.
Dude, what was I thinking though? If I knew it hurt the patas and I'm over, do you think it works on
Yeah,
que
puberty is
mensa,
no
dude?
joke, dude. Like, and you know what sucks about puberty too, nutters, is that I feel like our parents didn't really teach us about
Nope.
like like floral
I
health.
had to ask my mom for a book. I'm like,
Really,
buy me a book.
I learned through trial and error.
Because my mom was like, but what do you need to know? All you need to know is that kids how they're made. There's like a little mole next to your belly button, and I'm like, Mom, that's not true. I need like stop. And she's like, viene la
Chris, like,
cigüeña, and I'm like, Mom, like telling me all the lies. I'm like, no, I literally had to ask her for a puberty book, and I just read that
and that
myself.
helped you learn.
Hmm.
No, see, I learned through trial and error. I did really stupid. My Tuki has been through one time, dude. I don't know. I forgot why I did it. I got baby powder and I laid on my bed and I spread the amigos and I literally poured baby powder on my coochie.
Did you get a yeast
It
infection?
was terrible. That yeast infection took me 2 weeks to get rid of. Double the treatment, 14 days. It was
Oh my
bad,
god.
dude. It was
How
bad.
old were you?
I had just started going to church. I think I was like 18. And I was early 20s. I
Oh
didn't
my
know. I didn't
gosh,
know because
dude.
I think I did it. I think I did it not to sweat. Because you know how when you're
Oh
big,
yeah,
you
yeah.
sweat. Pero yo de pensativa, güey. I don't know why I poured it on my dookie. I could have just powdered my thighs. I poured it dude, I'm not kidding. Within days, I'm like, why is it burning? And it's because I had a really bad yeast infection.
Oh my
But
gosh.
then I started learning, like I started looking things up. Okay, like why does this happen? Why does this happen? So I learned as an adult. Like my family didn't teach me. Like, okay, this is how you properly do it. These types of soaps affects you. Like, if you have this, there's probably an overgrowth of bad bacteria. It's just like it's a whole thing. Dude, our tukis are like a living creature. Like
Mm-hmm.
literally, it's literally like a living it's crazy. It's just crazy. Dude, I was gonna ask you, patas. You know how you say your patas now? I have a I have a story about that. So I went on a date with this guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I started wearing flats. Keep in mind,
Oh my gosh. And they're coming back way.
oh,
You know those girls' feet are stinky,
freaking rank.
sweaty. Girl, I still remember my church days with flats.
Really? They're uncomfortable.
And then you take them off and then you see all the mugre in there. Like, ugh.
I don't like that, dude. I hate it. I used to put deodorant on my feet because it would smell so But let me tell you. So, okay, so I used to work at this luggage store, right? It's my first real job. I was young. I was like, I had just started college, and I was going to church. And my coworker, this is gonna make me sound really bad, but my coworker thought, Cynthia, you should go on a date. I'm like, okay. He freaking hooks me up with this gordito whose dad is like the some Mexican ambassador. He's like he works in politics. He's
Oh
like a
wow.
yeah. And he but his son was weird. Like he was freaking weird, dude. Well, anyway, we go on a date and me and my little horny virgin self thought I want to make out, right? So we started making out. It was the worst makeout ever. Guys, he couldn't control his saliva.
Oh
He
no.
literally, because you know how, because, okay, I've kissed other guys, right?
Ooh.
And I know, like, okay, you make sure, like, you're not like freaking a waterfall. No, this guy was bad. Like, me dio asco. I would kiss him and then I'd be like, because it was so much saliva. Anyway, that's not the story. Let me get to my point.
That's nasty,
It
dude.
was disgusting. Well, that day I was wearing flats and my patas were dude, and we were making out, and I was like, I can smell my feet, and he would look at my feet. I'm like, just ignore my feet, and I would move his face just
Ignore the
like.
pica pica piedras.
So we would like he would look because he can smell it. You cannot not smell my feet. Oh, I moved his face, and I'm like, just keep kissing me, ignore my feet, because I was like, kind of like the way I did it was I was sitting, he was sitting on the seat, and I was kind of on my knees on the seat, like kind of leaning over
Mhm.
to him. That's why we were kissing. And he kept looking at my feet like, dog, your feet. And I would be like, no, 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 just keep kissing me. But and I literally preferred like tolerating or like going through the torture of his really bad non-controllable saliva than for him to smell my feet. So I just kept making out with him. It was gross, dude. Like he dropped me off at work and I wanted to vomit. I think I drank like a gallon of his saliva. Yeah, dude. His saliva was bad. It was never like that with all the other guys. It was never like that.
He just had
He, j-
extra salivary glands.
dude, it was bad. I was like, man, this is the worst kiss I've ever had. And he was my second kiss. My first kiss was that's a different story, but it was with another guy. His was not bad. Like this was not bad at all. His was just it was bad.
Dude, you're talking about that. I remember one time when I lived like in your near your area where you live when I was younger. This is
You used to
like
live over
yeah, this is before I
there?
went to junior high.
Mhm.
Well, I was in junior high, but before I went to the junior high where I lived with like my mom and all that. So there was this guy. Okay, I was like 13 and he was like 16. And there was like three guys that were
Mhm.
like really into me. And so I made out with this guy and he had been eating like yogurt. Oh
Ooh,
my
that
god,
must
it
have been
was
chalky, huh?
it was sour and disgusting. I literally was trying not to gag. It was absolutely foul. It was disgusting. It was the worst
I
kiss of
can
my
literally
life.
imagine that, dude.
It was the worst kiss of my life. It was absolutely foul. Disgusting.
I
Gross.
find kissing kind of awkward. I don't think kissing is like I don't understand the whole point of kissing. I think it's the most awkward thing you can do.
It can be. It can be. Especially if you're insecure about it. Yeah. But sorry, se me vino a la mente otra cosa.
What?
So in that same area, right? Remember I told you there was three guys that liked me?
Mhm.
So one day they made me choose between them. En la mensa de yo, they all three of them went up to me.
Wow, they were really into you. Mija, they really like you.
And I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but I also didn't even know what the hell I was thinking and saying. And I told him we can be friends with benefits. Why did I say that? Okay, ho. Like, really? And the cutest one, he was like, no. He just walked away. He was all sad. And the other two little hornballs, yeah.
Nutters, why
Why would
would
I
you
say
say
that?
that?
I know. I didn't even know what I was saying.
Do you still remember their names?
Yeah. Well, just one of them.
The cute one, who was
No, it
he?
wasn't the cute one.
You
It wasn't the
forgot
cute
his
one. I forgot
name.
his name. It was the disgusting one with the yogurt. The yogurt
Though
disgusting.
I think you remembered him.
I didn't even get to kiss the good guy.
You probably would have married him.
I know. He was a sweetheart and I was really stupid. Yeah. Yep.
That
And
sucks.
then that little, oh, I freaking don't like him. That the one with the yogurt disgusting saliva breath.
Chalky mouth.
Ugh. He lied to everyone and said that like we did it.
Oh, you got one of those?
I got one of
Stupid
those
vatos.
because I didn't want to give it up to him.
Oh, hell, that would have pissed me off.
And it pissed him off so bad that he was like, yeah, she did. She gave it to me. And then that ruined my whole reputation. And then once I moved schools, then I was like, I need to hang out with the right people and not be stupid. So I learned like that. Yeah.
I can't believe he did that to you.
Disgusting.
How old were you?
I was 13.
What is scandalous? I hope he has a small peepee.
I touched it. It was. It was small.
It was really small. Can you say that? It was talking about small peepee. There was this one time I was making out with this guy. He was really cute. I still think about him. He was cute. The again, the kissing part, it was awkward, but I mean, he liked it, so I did it, right?
Hmm.
And I got handsy. This is gonna make me sound really bad. I got handsy, and I went to that spot. I want to know what you're carrying. I got so disappointed. I stopped talking to him. I was like, "Wow, you're really small." I
You
w-
told him straight up?
no, I thought in my head like
Oh, I'm
I
like, Cynthia, you know you did
I
it.
know, and you know what's like after I did it, I thought that is so mean. Why would I do that? Like he was a handsome young like he's good. He looks good. Like he's changed. I've seen pictures of him, but I think
Did he have small hands?
no.
Oh.
But he was. I think you know him.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, uh-huh.
Okay, yeah, it was him, and I remember like when I grabbed it. I didn't grab it. I touched it. I thought, wow, he's really small. I stopped. I stopped talking to him. But I thought about it after, and it's like you're scandalous, Heina.
For
I look back at, but I think he kind of got a grudge on me though because I kind of I
You
was
made
a
it obvious that that's what it was?
no, I liked him,
Oh my.
but I stopped talking to him. Like I just lost interest, and and I think he had a grudge on me because I had a talk with him like 2 years ago, no, last year.
Hmm.
Like, oh hey, how are you doing? And he started being stupid. He started arguing with me over something dumb, and I'm like, dude, this is really dumb. Like this happened freaking when I was in my early 20s. It was probably like 22, 23. I'm 34. That's old.
Yeah,
I'm freaking old.
that's old news.
And he was being stupid with me. He's like, now I remember why we stopped talking. I'm thinking, no, homie, I stopped talking to you because you have a small dick. I didn't tell him that though. I didn't tell him that. But I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. And he's just stopped talking to me. Yeah, he was pretty sour.
He was big mad.
Big attitude is my baby. That makes me sound really bad.
Girl, me too. Y'all talking about friends with benefits at 13, like not even knowing what the heck am I even saying? But you see how I don't like confrontation? They confronted me. Okay, choose one. I'm like, dang,
I would have gone
my
with
bad.
I would have gone with Rico Suave. which is like,
The nice guy.
yeah,
I
the
know.
handsome one. Mijo would have been like, Mijo, you like big girls? Because I like you. Just kidding.
I know that would have been cute, but why did I say that?
When you're small, when you're young, you're stupid. I've
He was
done.
a cutie. He was a cutie. His parents had an RV. Came from a nice family.
Yeah, you messed up, dog.
I know.
You messed up big time. Oh, guys, give me 1 sec. I have something on my.
Yeah, he was a cutie. Haz de cuenta como Ángel. Like
Oh,
altito,
like
güerito.
my
Yeah,
nephew.
like an ajá,
Yeah,
así.
my nephew. Hey, man, I have 3 nephews.
Hey, is he boot up now or no?
What do you mean? Oh,
Boot
with
up.
the boo? No, my nephew has a way of thinking that's
Oh
very.
my gosh.
But it's funny because it it's okay. So I have 3 nephews, right? All my nephews are good looking. They're handsome. They're
They're
handsome guys.
handsome.
Like my eldest nephew está guapo. My youngest está guapo. My middle one está guapo. But the one with the biggest glow up is
It was
a
Angel.
angel.
Because he was a little nerdy kid, dude. I still remember. He had glasses que tenían a little elastic in the back, you know, like so that they wouldn't fall off. They looked like little goggles.
Yeah,
I still remember, and I'm bien curiosito. He
he was
was
a little
cute.
punk.
He was cute, but he was nerdy looking, dude.
He wasn't, and then he grew up, and then he started like, well, you young men grow up, and they start, and dude, he has that strong jaw. He's. I
Even
showed.
he would even talk nerdy, dude. He would even talk nerdy, but he was cute though. He was a cute little nerdy kid. But dude, I love you, and I'm like, okay, damn,
He's
Mister
tall.
Mister Handsome,
Yeah,
okay.
he's tall. His jawline is what I'm like, damn, dude, that enhanced your face. Oh god. He's good looking.
Dude,
Like,
there was a guy like that too, in junior high. Um, and dude, he would talk like teacher, like he would be so nerdy.
Cody! You Cody! I'm so on topic. I'm sorry. I need to be quiet. Her kids are asleep.
Yeah, and he would like, dude, everyone knew him. Like everyone would make fun of him and bully him. And then when he got to high school, dude, se puso all tough. He like glowed up, dude. And then his voice changed. So
With a deep voice.
he wasn't like teacher like how he used to sound. And he got handsome. He got handsome también, but he was like a little thug though. He
Yeah.
became a little thug
Oh,
like in the wrong
like
crowd.
they have to prove themselves, huh?
Yeah, como que yeah. But like everyone would be like, "Oh, he's gay." Like they would be so mean. They would be so mean to him. And then yeah, when he got to high school finally and he had the glow up, yeah, nobody wanted to mess with him cuz he would like throw hands.
Kind of go back on that. There's this chick I used
Mhm.
to go to school with. She used to. I still remember her name. She used to be this tomboy, dude. She was this like dressed like a little boy, always had a ponytail. She was this tomboy. And then we went to high school and she got a boyfriend and she changed completely. She started wearing makeup.
What the
She
heck?
started doing her hair. And I remember I'm like, damn, girl, like, you look good. And she would always, because I always been the loud one. Like, I always been like, hey, is that you?
Mhm.
Actually, I'm not going to say her name. I'll call her Mara. I'll be like, is that you, Mara? I'm like, you look good. Like,
Mhm.
what happened?
Mhm.
Like, Mija, why do you look like a girl?
Mhm.
And she would always look at me like, oh. And then finally, I just stopped saying it. Like, okay, yeah, we get it now.
You know how you were talking about um like if you could tell that some of the kids were gay and
Yeah.
then they ended up being gay. Okay, so I just remembered something. So when I was like 6 years old, okay, we would hang out in like this. So it was like these apartments, and in the middle they created like a whole grass area so that
Mm-hmm.
that way when the parents would look out from their doors they could see all the kids playing around
Right.
in the middle area of the apartments. But yeah, there was this girl. I was like 6 and she was like around 11 or 12. and she would like say comments to me, and like one, like she would say, she would be really sweet and really nice, but at 6 years old you don't really understand a lot of stuff.
Right.
But one time she told me, like she looked me up and down and she told me, "Dang, Stephanie, your butt looks juicy." And I was like, "What?"
Man, she was a, let's be honest, really young.
She was like 11 or 12, I'm telling you. And and like it felt creepy to me, but I didn't understand why. I was just like, "Oh, she's just compliment." I don't know. Like at 6 years old, I just, I didn't really understand. And then
Hmm.
now that I think about it, I'm like, yeah, that like I did feel weird about her saying that to me. It felt like, I don't know, it felt weird. And then fast forward, it was like my birthday, and then she would try kissing me on the lips, and then turns out, I remember one time we went back to SB, and I was in junior high. It was her little sister I was friends with, and then her, and they were like, "Oh yeah, she's not home, blah blah blah." And then her sister ended up telling me, "Yeah, my sister's gay," and I was like, "Oh." I was like, "Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense."
That really, yeah.
I'm like, "That makes a lot of sense."
Remember that one time when we were going to church and we had that little friend and I was trying to include him?
Oh my gosh.
Tell him the story. I feel like you would do a better job.
Well, he was coming to church or whatever, and we were like super involved, you guys,
Yeah.
like super involved in church. And he came and he had shared with us, that he was gay and all this stuff. And we were okay with him. We loved him, with open arms and everything like that. And so one time, what, because Mija, she likes to say Mija, mijo, mijita, mijito, right? And so one time, one time, she was like, she was like, she was like, mijo, is it okay if I call you mijo tito?
Pues
But she didn't realize until we all started laughing that it sounded like my little gay boy.
but see, okay.
Because that's the translation in English from Spanish.
But the reason why I said that is because, okay, so like she was saying, I say mija a lot. I'd be like, mija, mijo. That's where the whole mija started, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they gave me the name mijota because mija, I'm a big
Oh
back.
yeah, mijo.
I'm a big back, and I say mija. And we used to be a trio, and our third, I used to call him mijo or mijote, and then she was just mija. And I wanted him to feel included because they knew him from
High
another
school.
a high school, and he was starting to go to our church, and I remember thinking I want him to feel part of the group. Like I know how it feels not to feel that way. So I thought, oh, I'm gonna give him a mijo name. And in my head I was trying to say mijito, pero me salió mijotito. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, he's mijo, she's mija, I'm mijota, and you're mijotito. And then I go, wait, that doesn't sound right. And everybody started laughing. But I promise it wasn't like to call him like my little gay boy. It was like I was trying to call him little mijo.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, you meant to say mijito,
Yeah.
huh?
Pero yo de mensa, I said mijo, because I thought mijo and then like tito, like small. But yeah, it was supposed to say mijito.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was really funny. It was really fun today.
I had a good time.
It was really yeah, funny stories,
I
dude.
know I did. I still have more. I still have more, but if you guys want to hear more stories of our past, like we're so down to talk about them, just let us know if you enjoyed this episode. And the way you do is liking this video, first of all, clicking on that little bell so you don't miss out. Okay. If you're on YouTube, if you guys are hearing us, leave us a review. We want to know your thoughts.
We really do. Like, talk to us, guys. Like, give us feedback. Another thing too is we are gonna leave our email down
Our
at the
social
bottom.
medias too, because that's one way you guys can contact us, interact with us too.
And also, we're gonna leave our email because we want to hear your stories. I'm okay. I mean, are you cool with that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, literally a whole episode of funny stories. Like, tell us your funny stories, funny secrets, something funny, I'm down to, I'll read them for you guys. Like, what do you want me to say? Say this, Cynthia, say this, say that, and we'll give you a shout out too. We'll
Mm-hmm.
put that on the description. Don't be afraid. We're not, we won't judge you. And we would love to hear it,
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to comment. We want to interact with you guys. All you haters, as a matter of fact, go for it. I don't care.
Yeah, go crazy. Tell us why you don't like us
Yeah.
in the comments. It's
Tell
okay.
us, make fun of, I don't know, whatever you want. I'm cool
Yeah,
with
you can
that.
make fun of my faces. I know I have a funny face.
Yeah, I have a funny face too.
Yeah,
We're
that's why
just
we're Mija Square.
That's why, Mija, we're funny looking. But thank you for hanging out with us, guys. And
Yes.
thank you for being here at Mija
Mija
Squared.
Square.
I hope that made sense.
Yes. Mija Square out.